Thanks for stopping by and welcome back. In this video today, I'm showing you how to make delicious spicy chicken samosas from scratch, from the fillings and step-by-step guide to help you create smooth, flexible wraps that are easy to separate and easy to fold. Perfect for any filling and to wrapping them perfectly without your filling coming out. Just perfect result every time, no fail. Let's get started. Step 1, we are going to start with making the filling. To make chicken samosas, you need some chicken. I'm going to use chicken breast. You can use minced chicken if you want. And having some coriander, carrot, onions, spring onions, ginger, some cloves of garlic, and green chili pepper. I'm going to clean and prep all this out of camera. Here I've come back with my clean chicken. Chicken breast is fleshy, so I'm just slicing in between so that the spices will penetrate inside. Adding some garlic and ginger paste and salt in the pot and filling the pot with water. Cover it and take it to your stove and let it simmer for about 10 minutes until it's a little bit tender but not too soft. Once ready, remove your chicken from the pot. Keep aside the stock and place your chicken on a flat plate. Use a fork or just your clean hands to shred your chicken. And as you can see, it's coming out nicely. Once done with the shredding, step 2, we are going to cook the filling. I've assembled all my ingredients here. Just to mention some of the spices I didn't show, I have here black pepper, cayenne pepper, garam masala, cumin seeds, salt and light soy sauce, paprika, turmeric, dried thyme and rosemary dry leaves, some lemon, ginger and garlic paste, green chili, coriander, finely chopped onions, spring onions and grated carrots. In a pan, heat 2 tablespoons of oil, then add finely chopped onions, about a quarter of the onions, and cook until soft. Add your ginger and garlic paste and cumin seeds, then saute until fragrant and lightly brown. Then go in with all your spices. All the ingredients and their exact measurements are listed in the description box. Saute for about 2 seconds. Then add your shredded chicken and give it a good mix. Let the chicken and the spices cook together. Go in with salt and chili and some soy sauce, then give it a nice mix. Add in some chicken stock. This is 2 to 3 tablespoons and mix everything together. And the moisture is going to help the spices and the meat to coat beautifully. Add grated carrot and give it a good mix. Allow it to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. To enhance the flavor, you can use some ketchup. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon ketchup. This is optional. Then give it a good mix. Add the rest of the onions. At this point, our onions doesn't need to cook. Just give it a good mix. Next, add spring onion, and at this point, our chicken filling is ready. Just give it a good mix, then turn off the stove and squeeze half lemon. Garnish with coriander leaves. Mix it nicely, then set aside Our chicken filling is ready and smells amazing here. Set it aside to cool as we make our samosa wraps. Step 3, let's make our samosa pastry. I have all-purpose flour in my bowl here, adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Give it a mix and make a well where you will pour your water. I'm just using tap water. Bring the water and flour together to form a firm, smooth dough. You'll add your water gradually as you need. Be careful not to make it so soft. For samosa wraps, we need a firm dough. Next, transfer your dough into a floured surface and give it a thorough knead. Thanks for tuning in and welcome. If you are coming across my video for the first time, feel much welcome. And if you find this kind of content useful, kindly consider subscribing and press the bell icon for more amazing recipes like this. Like, comment, and share this video. Watch the video up to the end. Thank you. I'm dividing my dough into 2 equal parts that is manageable, and forming a rod shape here. Then cut your dough into small equal parts. Set aside and work on each individual dough ball to form a ball. Then transfer it into a floured surface. And you're going to continue doing this with the rest of the dough. Once all the dough balls are shaped, cover with a kitchen towel to prevent them from drying. Next, it's time to roll out our dough. Pick each dough ball individually and place it on a floured surface and roll it out into a round shape. Not so thin, not so thick. Then set aside and continue with the rest of the dough. Once all the dough balls are rolled out, it's time to oil our roti. And this step is very important when making samosa wraps. Apply the oil evenly and go around all edges, then put another layer on top of the oil roti and repeat this process until all the layers are oiled. Applying oil in between the roti is what makes samosa wraps to separate easily. Don't skip this step. Once the rotis are oiled and layered, we are going to roll them. Before you start rolling, you need to set roti so that they don't slide and move when rolling by pressing them using your fingers, and cover the oil with flour, constantly pressing on both sides. When rolling, start from the center and roll towards you and away from you, and roll to your desired size and shape. I'm going for a rectangular shape. Turn the other side and ensure it's nicely aligned. If you see oil peeping, cover with some flour to avoid sliding. You'll continue rolling until you get your desired size and shape. Mine, I'm looking for an oven tray size. Brush off the excess flour, and I'm gonna cut the excess to give it a rectangular shape. At this point, my oven has been preheating for the past 10 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius, and samosa pastry is going to bake for 2 to 3 minutes, just until the dough starts to puff up but doesn't brown. You want them soft, cooked, but still flexible. Once ready, remove from the oven and continue with the rest of the dough until they are all done. Shape it into your desired size and shape while still warm. I'm using this cutboard to get even size of strips. If you've been here long enough, you know this cupboard, and if you haven't seen it, kindly check on my other samosa video. You're going to get the measurement, and peel them apart while still warm so that you don't struggle and it doesn't tear. Look at our samosa wraps separating so easily. It's peeling off so easily. This is a result of well-oiled and layered pastry. You can never go wrong with this recipe. Give it a try and let me know in the comment section. And the wraps are so clean, smooth, and not tear. This is as a result of oven, and that's why I normally use oven for my wraps. No pimples. You can use them right away or store them in airtight bag or wrap them in plastic wrap and keep them in the freezer for longer time for up to 90 days. Just make sure they are completely cool before storing. Step 5. Time to wrap our samosas. Mix flour and water to make a paste. This is what we'll use to seal our wraps. Place one samosa sheet on my worktop. Take one edge and fold it quarterly at the center, just the way I've done. Then brush the straight edge with a paste, just the way I'm doing. Then fold the edges, bring the edge towards the center into a cone shape and press gently to seal. Turn it around and there you have safe pocket. Next, fill the cone or pocket with the spicy chicken filling. Do not overfill. Leave some space at the top so you can seal it. Then go ahead and apply some more glue and bring the remaining leaf to close your filling, and you're going to take it round until all the hanging leaves are well settled, applying the rest and folding just like that. We have a safe and beautiful samosa here. Ensure all the tips are well sealed, and we're going to continue with this until all samosas are wrapped. And here I'm going to repeat it for the second time. Just take close watch, applying the paste, folding it to the center and sealing, then adding the fillings. Ensure the pocket is sealed nicely. Fill your pocket just like that. So simple, and this is authentic. Folding your samosas like this, you are sure of your samosas, your fillings staying safe, and it won't get messy when frying. We are not frying this now, we are storing them for later use. But at this point, they are ready to be fried. Feel free to fry yours. And if you want to store them, place the pre-cooked samosas on a tray, making sure they don't touch each other. Freeze them for 1 to 2 hours until they are firm. Then transfer them into an airtight container or Ziploc bag. This way they don't stick together and you can remove just the number you want. When you are ready to enjoy them, simply take the samosas straight from the freezer, fry them on a medium heat until golden crispy and perfectly cooked inside. And that's it, spicy homemade chicken samosas wrapped and ready to fry whenever the craving is. Make bad, freeze them and enjoy fresh samosas anytime. Thanks for watching.